Alrighty. So I remember, if you guys remember a little while ago, I said I was going to redo the new driver's starter kit. Some of the items that you need or should have for out on the road. Now, we had all kinds of extra suggestions, and there's a lot of items that you don't need to start. But I'm going to show you a complete kit here now. This is a total redo. And I'm going to actually show you every item that I think you should have with you. And a lot of these are items that you might already have in your house anyways, that you can bring with you. Okay? So, guys, get a pen and paper handy. This is also going to be on the website, and I will list it out with pictures, okay? So, but get a pen and paper handy anyways, and take notes, because there's going to be a test at the end. Got it? I said you got it. Alright, so one of the first items is a pair of scissors, okay? You will need scissors for just about anything, okay? So get yourself a pair of scissors. Super cheap, dollar store type deal, you don't need anything expensive, but a half decent pair of scissors wouldn't be too bad on the list. Also, can opener, okay? Don't get the cheapo dollar store ones, they always fall apart. Try to get yourself a half decent heavy duty one. This is an old one. I've had this probably 10, 15 years. I don't know. I've had it forever. I can't remember when I got it. Something else you want to bring with you? A sharp knife. And the reason I'm going to tell you this is because we do already... You're saying, well, don't you already have knives? Yeah, no. We've got plastic knives, but we don't have a sharp knife. So you want to bring a sharp knife for sharp things that you want to cut food-wise, Not for utility-wise, but food-wise. Another item... And this kind of strays from, utensil items and stuff like that. But get yourself a multi-tool, okay? Now, this is one you'll have to go out to Lowe's or Home Hardware, whatever, and get. Get yourself a multi-tool. You can use it for a multitude of things. I keep this actually in my drawer with my cutlery, just because that way it's close by. I can get it at any time, okay? It's got knife in it, screwdriver, things like that. Multi-tool is always handy. So get yourself a half-decent multi-tool. Okay, that's on the list. Something else you want to carry in the truck are these little bungees, okay? They come in handy for a multitude of things. They're not that long, but they're good to have. You guys can pick these up, now type deal. They're like super cheap. You can get like a bin of 50 of them for like a few bucks. So you definitely got to have those, okay? Okay, so you can see I got a spare actually can opener in here. So something else you want to carry, I carry, you don't have to, you can carry just regular ones if you feel like washing every day. But I carry disposable plastic spoons, knives, and forks for eating, okay? Some of you may go out and just buy bring regular forks and knives from home, but then you got to wash them every night. Something else I carry too is these little sandwich baggy things here. They always come in handy. Bottle of Tylenol. Just never know when you're going to have that headache. Okay, so that's what's in my utility drawer. So we're going to put my my main can opener back along with my knife. Of course, now that I've took everything out, it doesn't want to fit. Okay, so something else you want to carry is a battery-operated alarm clock, okay? You don't want to trust the electrical type. And you never know when they're not going to work, and always make sure you have batteries for it too. But yeah, a good loud battery operated alarm clock. And the reason you want one of those is you don't want to be missing any delivery appointments, okay? Now, yes, the Qualcomm, if some of you who have Qualcomms, has an alarm on it, which is actually really good. And of course the radios in the trucks have most of the time alarms on them. I don't trust them. Especially mine, because I can't figure out how to set the freaking clock on the damn thing. So, therefore, that one's useless to begin with. And, some of you could use your phone, but what happens if your phone goes dead in the middle of the night and you don't realize it, and then your alarm won't go off? So, have multiple alarms. I usually, on mornings where it's really urgent that I make sure I don't sleep in a little bit or I have to get up, what I do is I set my battery-operated alarm clock, and I set the Qualcomm one. Okay? Hope you guys are taking notes. I'm telling you, there's going to be a quiz. Alright, so some of the other things you might want to carry with you. These handy wipes, they're really good. The unscented ones are better, obviously. You don't want to smell like a baby's butt if you're using baby wipes. They're good to have for cleaning your hands and stuff. Something else you want to carry, because most of the time the truck comes with a first aid kit, but you want to carry extra band-aids and stuff with you. That's always a good one. A little duster. I love these little Swiffer dusters. They're great for while you're driving. If you keep it up front there, you can dust down your dash and whatnot, and you're keeping your truck clean all at the same time. Ooh, and they smell nice too. Paper towels. You want to have a good supply of paper towels on hand, because you can never have enough of them. And something else that's handy for multiple uses, and I know I'm kind of mixing in tools and household items here at the same time. Doesn't matter. Still want it. Keep it in the truck. Good old duct tape. Yes, sirree, Bob. This thing can fix a lot of different shit. There you go. Okay, also, something you might want to carry are some rags, okay? So, rags are always good to have with you. Now, as far as cooking items go, I've got this, it's the RoPro kettle. I've had this a really long time. You can tell by the condition that it's in. It's been beat up. It looks rough. It's, you know, marked up. And it's, let's see, plug into the, you know, in past video I keep calling it AC. It's DC outlet, okay? Cigarette lighter, okay? Plugs into the cigarette lighter. This thing works good. Great for doing water, okay? Boiling water if you're going to have coffee and stuff. Or, you know, those ramen noodles or whatever, those instant noodles there where you rip open the lid and put the water in and then close the lid and stuff. It's good for that. It says you can cook soup in it, but I wouldn't, okay? Because it's got a metal coil in there. It's hard to clean, so don't put soup inside the kettle. But it's great for boiling water, okay? And that's what I use for my coffee in the morning. Yes, sir. Gotta have my coffee. Yes, sir. Cafe au lait. Okay, so another important item on the list, and this is probably should be up there in the #1 position, is a cooler. Okay, guys, everyone's going to need a cooler. Now, this one here is an electric cooler, as you can see. Okay, these are absolutely great. These Coleman's, Coolatron has a couple of good ones too. You can get a lot of food inside the cooler, and it keeps everything nice and cold. Okay. So you pretty much want one of those. You're going to spend at least $100. So for a good 40-quart cooler, 100 to 130 bucks depending on where you are. So that's a definite must. You got to get yourself a good electric cooler. Okay, 12 volt, plugs in the cigarette. All right, something else you might want to get, and it's going to be actually lower on the priority list, but you might eventually want to get one. You may be able to get one right away. You don't have to go spend a ton of money on one, guys. Most of the company trucks already have antennas on them and the wire to plug into and everything. So really all you need to do is buy the CB with the mic. You can go with the factory mic that comes with the CB, or you can go and get yourself an aftermarket one. The factory ones tend to have a lot of background noise and whatnot when you're trying to talk on it, whereas some of the aftermarket ones have noise canceling mics. But you can just go get yourself a little cheap one. This was like a $60, $70 CB. Okay, I've got a better one at home, but really for the amount that I use the CB, basically coming into cities, major cities, etc. Traffic backup, if I come into one, I'll turn it on just to hear what's going on. You know, and if I need to maybe try to find a detour or something like that. But really, I don't use it a whole lot anymore nowadays. I know it's a sad case, but there's just too much potty mouth, if you will, going on. Okay, guys, another item for consideration is a good trucking GPS, okay? This one happens to be the Rand McNally, and it's a really good trucking GPS. It's got a lot of extra features that just make the price worthwhile all on its own, never mind the GPS portion. No GPS is 100% accurate, okay, including the Rand McNally or any other trucking GPS out there. Now, here's the deal. I know it's a lot of money, and some of you may not be able to afford it right away, okay? So, you need to save up. Do not go out and buy yourself a cheap car GPS. Don't even waste the money. Put that money aside to save up for, you know, a trucking GPS. It is somewhat essential that you have one, but don't waste your money on a car GPS. If you already have a car GPS, then bring it with you and use it as a reference, as a guide, You know, don't rely on it. It's not going to take you down truck routes. It's going to take you down car routes. So just use it as a reference to go from like city to city type deal, and to get your bearings type, to follow it along. But don't use it to get into the customers. Do it the old-fashioned way. Call the customer to get directions. Write the directions down. A lot of these companies nowadays, the bigger companies, already have directions to the customers, so that's good too. So definitely, yeah. Okay, so GPS has got to be on the list. If you can't afford it right away, that's fine. Do not go out and buy a car GPS, okay? If you have one already, that's fine. Use it for the time being, but do not go out and spend money buying one. It's a waste of money, okay, guys? Okay, guys, what I'm holding up here is the Blue Parrot Bluetooth headset, okay? Now, I'm not saying you guys have to go out and buy that one, but that's a definite must on the list, okay? Is a good GPS. Don't waste your money with these cheapo 19, you know, 20, 30, $40 ones. They're garbage, okay? The trucks are noisy. And I know some of these smaller ones say, oh, noise canceling. They're not, okay? They're meant for in a car, walking around the mall, you know, in your house or at your office, whatever. They're not meant for the background noise that a truck produces, okay? You need to get yourself a good trucking Bluetooth. Now, and I emphasize trucking one, and you can find them at the truck stops because that's what they do. There's several out there. You don't have to get the Blue Parrot. Blue Parrot is up there near the top. There's probably, there's a couple others out there that are probably just as good as the Blue Parrot, but price-wise, you're going to spend about the same. And I'm gonna say the target is about $100. I got this one on sale. I spent $100, and then I had $70 worth of points on my card, so I really only spent like $30, $40. I can't remember the exact amount that I spent, but if you go back to some of my earlier videos, it's mentioned there. But yeah, you definitely got to get yourself a good Bluetooth. Spend a minimum $100 to $120 to get a really good one. I know some guys are going to disagree with me, but you know what? You haven't heard yourself talk on your Bluetooth, and a lot of these Bluetooths out there are absolute shit. Garbage, okay? Don't waste the money. If you're going to buy one, and you're going to buy a trucking one, buy a good one. Save up the money, buy a good one. And you need to, guys. It's law out here, and I know some of you have seen the size, and I even got into an argument with one guy, freaking brain-dead idiot. Oh no, it's only a $150 fine if you get caught on your phone. No, it's not. It's a $150 fine if you get caught on your phone driving your car, okay? For the four-wheelers. If you get caught talking on your phone, not using a hands-free unit, in a truck, it's a minimum. I heard originally it was $2,750, but I've heard recently it's $2,500 to the driver. That's right, $2,500 to the driver. Don't ask me why they made it so high for drivers, but you gotta remember, trucking industry, they can regulate. They can't really regulate four-wheelers, okay? In that sense. So, you know what? They're putting it to us, $2,500. I don't know about you, but $2,500 could buy me an awful lot of trucking accessories. So, you know what? Spend $100, $120 on a really good trucking Bluetooth with the noise canceling and the boom mic or whatever. Don't get these little headset ones. They're garbage, man. They really are. Okay? So, I'm telling you, spend the money on a good one, okay? You're going to need it. Alrighty, so this next item is really important, guys. You gotta, definitely, these three items, actually, are something you definitely have to buy, and you must have to actually start trucking. Just because there are a lot of places out there that do require you to have these for shippers and receivers. So, I'll show you. And that is a pair of steel-toed boots, a safety vest, and a set of work gloves. Okay? So these three items are a must. The vest, probably get away with $10 or $15 to pick one up. Gloves, you know, a couple of dollars. And boots, yeah, $40, $50, depending on where you get them and the type you get. I suggest investing in boots. Don't do the shoes. Okay, some guys do the steel-toed shoes. You know, we have several seasons here. So you're going to want to be wearing these in the winter time also. So, all right, those are those. Gotta have them. Okay, yep. So next item here on the list, ooh, itchy eye, would be the Burton stove to go. Okay, guys. Little lunchbox stove, something you want for cooking. Mine needs a little bit of a cleaning there right now, but okay. And to go with that, I use tinfoil loaf pans, okay, for cooking in. So you'll want to pick them up at like Walmart or something like that. Don't pick them up at the truck stops. They're bloody expensive at the truck stops, and even some grocery stores are expensive. But Walmart, you pretty much, I think it's like $1.99, and you get like 4. It's either 99 cents or $1.99. I can't remember. Anyway, that's what you want to get. Other people have other days. You can get like a glass loaf pan that fits in there. There's a metal one that you can get. But that just involves a lot of cleaning afterwards. With these tinfoil ones, you can just, crumple them up and throw them out. Or, depending on what you're having, you could wash them out too and reuse them too if you really needed to. But it's the Burton stove to go. And the original is Burton. Okay. There is Road Pro has one out. Lunchbox stove. And like here in Canada, there's Canadian Tire has a different one too. But the original one is Burton, and it works really, really good for cooking up some food. So, yeah, that's something you definitely want to put on your list, guys. Okay, guys, so we're out here by the truck, and I want to show you the next item. I got to be able to find it. Oh, okay, here we go. Something you guys need, and this goes to do with tools. You don't have to get one like this. It's a type of crowbar type thing. Popping nails out of the floor of your trailer. Same with this end. This is something you need to have, okay? It's something that I would invest in. Another item that's not a must-have is a broom, okay? I don't need to pull the handle out for you guys to see. So I got it wedged in here. But you guys need a broom, okay? This is not a must-have to start. And some companies provide it and some don't. So that's, actually I do need to put it, but you should have a broom. I don't even know how this works. It goes together somehow. Well, I know how it screws on, but for storage, there we go. Oh, and that's broken, so there we go. So, anyway, so I've got this broom. They're not expensive. You guys are responsible for cleaning out your trailers, okay? So, a broom and the crowbar thing are two of the items that are, I would get this first. The broom, a lot of loaders, shippers and receivers might have one, okay? But try to get your own, okay? Alright guys, something you're going to need, a set of cable cutters, okay? I'm not talking the bolt cutters, these are mini bolt cutters, but they don't work on the big bolts, okay? So, you can get these ones or cable cutters for cutting the cable seals, okay? It's something you're going to need for sure. Alright, so one of the last items here is you're going to need a toolbox, and we're not going to get into what's in the toolbox, okay, other than tools. We'll do that in another video, but you will need a toolbox with some fairly basic tools. Let's do this and just get off the street here. We're out in the truck here right now. We're not out working, but we're in the truck. So, don't want to get run over. So you're going to need, a toolbox, like I said, and some basic tools in it. Screwdrivers, wrenches, pliers, vice grips, a hammer, and a few other odds and ends, which we'll get into for a separate video for you guys. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to think. There's other stuff I know that you can have for the truck that aren't really a beginner type thing. You're gonna add to your stuff as you go, okay? So we'll try to list off some of the higher priority items for you, and not so high priority items. So we'll do that towards the end of the video. So please watch all the way through, okay? I'm just trying to think what else there might be that I think we've pretty much covered everything. Bring a trash can, for your trash. It's something I don't need to show you a picture of. I'm sure you know what a trash can looks like. So, Yeah. Can't think of anything else right now. All right, guys, so I almost forgot. Okay, so the last item that I have, and then I probably forgot a couple items, okay? But this one's really important, and it's a good map book, okay? Gotta have the map book. Now, you guys notice the date on this one? Where's the date? Oh, yeah, okay. Date's right there. That's how long I've had this. Now, this is the spiral laminated map book. It's laminated. It's not paper. It's laminated, which is great. If you happen to spill coffee on it and whatnot, it's great. Plus, the pages don't really tear in it that easy. I've had this one now for 12 years, okay? It is outdated big time. So I'm going to need a new one at some point. I don't know if I'll actually even buy one, but oops, sorry, I should. And the reason is because if the computer ever lets go, the GPS lets go, I'd have a hard copy. And this one was at home. I forgot to put it in the new truck, so it's going to come with me this week and get put in the truck. Yeah, you definitely need a good motor carrier's atlas, and that's got to be a top priority. Okay, don't get the paper ones. You can get it, but you know what? I don't recommend it. Get the laminated one. They last a long time. That's proof. I showed you the book, 12 years. Okay. Not that you should keep a map book that long. You should update it a little bit more often. So anyway, motor carrier's atlas. Okay, guys?